Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video here. We're going to be going over some tips and tricks. I have a bunch of videos lined up from now, so there's been kind of a little bit of a lag between what we've done before and what we're going to be doing now. So the tip I want to talk about now is getting into the con register. This is something that comes up a lot, both in the live streams, both in lessons, and both in the Discord as well. If you're not a member to the Discord, go check out that link below. And if you're interested in getting more access to learning about Shakuhachi, consider joining the YouTube membership. Hit that membership button right there below as well. Okay, so getting into con. Now, the first thing is that we have to understand what I'm even talking about when I say con. So when I say con, what I mean by that is that we're talking about the second octave or the second vocal range in the shakuhachi. So the lower register, otsu. Now the upper register, the kan register. And then after that we have the daikon register, which would be our third voice or our third vocal range of the shakuhachi. So how do we get up there? Now, first thing I want to say is about how we don't get up there. The way that we don't get up there is just by pushing a bunch of air out. We don't want to overblow to go to the second octave. Rather, we want to tighten the embouchure. So the way to do this is actually by closing the mouth from the lower lip. Think about the lower lip coming up and out, tightening the embouchure, and then increases the speed of the air. So that's the basic way of getting up into the con. So you have this lower lip, kind of coming up. Now, sometimes you might have a little bit of a pullback here, and some of the upper lip will also come down too. But the feeling of it, the way that you should feel and think about going about it, is that lower lip coming up and out to get us to the next octave. Now, that doesn't always happen for everybody, so I want to provide some other tips and some tricks that might help with this as well. So the first one is basically walking ourselves up into con. So I like to just start at re and think about getting a really nice sound for that re, and then play that ro right afterwards. Now, the reason why this is a helpful trick to use is because the re embouchure is already tighter than all of the other notes. So if you get a really strong, powerful re sound and then go right into ro, it will help to kind of get up there because the embouchures are very similar, though the ro and con is just a little bit tighter. Next thing is that we can also use the shared note, because sometimes it's a matter of just getting the sound going to the flute. So you use the E. And for that E, think of a really focused sound, like a really pinpoint sound on that E. And that should help you get up into that con register. The next thing too is that after we get to ro, once you feel really comfortable with ro, one of the things that I recommend to my students fairly often is then how do you get even higher up into, like, playing the su, the re, the chi, and the he. Well, in this case, what I like to do is I like to do kind of like a ladder, right? Just go one step at a time going up. So we have our ro. Let's start from re. Then we're going to add just one more note and then go up to su. Okay, then one more note, go to re. Then to chi. Then to he. And then lastly to the E. And those are my tips for getting into con. Now, there's a bunch of other techniques and things that we can go into as well. One thing that I'll also just mention as just like a kind of a bonus thing at the end here is that playing con with the flute down close to your body is actually really difficult. So you're going to want to make sure that you have that shakuhachi up high enough so that way that you're actually going to be able to tighten that embouchure, get the airflow fast enough to hit the utaguchi so that the sounds actually go into the second register. Okay, I'll see you guys next time for another video.